Have Iron Lad and his ragtag team of superheroes finally met their match? Will the Hulk end up ending their crusade before it can even begin? Well, let's hop into the pages of Ultimates issue number 6 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the book proper, Iron Lad Tony Stark is hyping up the team for what is sure to be their biggest and most dangerous mission yet. Using his big science brain, Tony was able to hack the communications between the Maker's cabal, and because of that, he thinks they finally have what they need to turn the tide against the bad guys. You see, Damage Control actually has a secret prison where they have been torturing superpowered individuals for years now. Iron Lad thinks if they can bust on in and save them, they'll have the makings of a real deal actual army. Breaking in is going to be an all-hands-on-deck kind of affair, which is why the entire Ultimates team has been assembled here and now for the job. We see faces that have been recruited in the last several issues, as well as Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch, as well as maybe one of Marvel's oldest heroes. They had actually rescued him during the events of a Free Comic Book Day issue and have been rebuilding him off-panel. The good guys heroically charge into action, however, once they cross the threshold, they end up not walking into a prison at all, instead walking into the hallowed grounds of Kunlun. It's here they end up coming face to face with Dr. Banner, the Grey Hulk, one of the senior members of the Maker's own cabal, and in this universe, the owner of the Iron Fist. In fact, Banner gloats that he has conquered all of the cities in this realm, and that martial arts has really allowed him to concentrate his anger. It's at this point She-Hulk, who we already know had history with this guy, bum rushes him, only to get herself freaking punched into space. Interesting too, Dr. Banner refers to her as Joanna, again implying that these two have an even deeper history we don't even know about yet. It's at this point the door behind our heroes ends up magically closing, meaning that they are cut off from Dr. Doom Reed Richards, who will spend the rest of the issue trying to get them back. Now, at first, Iron Lad Tony isn't worried. Yeah, sure, the Hulk is incredibly powerful, what with his gamma abilities as well as the Iron Fist, but hey, he's just one guy and there's like 10 of them, right? Which is actually kind of true. This is one of the bigger Avenger-style teams I think I've ever seen in one of these books, only here's the thing, gray-skinned Hulk is not alone. Remember, as a religious and spiritual leader in this world, Dr. Banner sees himself as a pacifist. That's why he decides to outsource his violent crimes to the Immortal weapons. Now, if you're a longtime Iron Fist fan, that name will sound familiar to you, especially if you read the Brubaker Fraction stuff. This new Ultimate incarnation of the team features Fat Cobra as well as several other martial artists who have been greatly empowered through gamma radiation. I also get the sneaking suspicion that Dennis Camp must be something of a Dragon Ball Z fan, because some of the names for the attacks they throw out would totally feel at home in a Toriyama work. Big Bang Conflagration. 2 times Iron Fist 132 Hiroshima level. Now naturally, a massive brawl ends up breaking out between the Hulk's forces and the Ultimates, and damn, despite the heroes fighting valiantly, it is made abundantly clear that they are outclassed and overpowered right now. And I mean, hey, it makes sense. They've barely been a team for 6 whole issues right now. They don't really have all of that camaraderie and all that cohesion on their side, while the bad guys most definitely do. And with no way to escape until Dr. Doom ends up inventing one, it looks like the good guys are just going to have to bear down and survive this never-ending assault any way they can. And oh man, does it get pretty damn brutal. Poor Janet the Wasp ends up actually getting eaten by Fat Cobra, and seriously, if I had a nickel for every time the Wasp got eaten in an Ultimate universe, I would have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but still pretty amazing it happened twice, right? Actually, this one isn't nearly as brutal or in bad taste. Janet actually manages to escape her fate by growing to massive size inside Fat Cobra's stomach, while seemingly killing him from the inside out. Okay, you know what? I take it back. It's still pretty brutal, just in the opposite direction this time. Dr. Banner also takes this opportunity to gloat, saying that all of these years spent as a pacifist, he forgot how much he truly loved spilling blood with his bare hands. Oh, but it gets so much worse too. The iron-fisted Hulk goes on a whole spiel saying despite everything that Iron Lad and his team have done, it will ultimately amount to nothing. Attacking the Cabal's business interests in the big polluter that is Roxxon, attacking their political puppets in Midas the President. All that really managed to do was to drive people ever closer into the embrace of Hulk and the rest of the Maker's Cabal, because again, these people, they are so deeply afraid of change, afraid of losing what little they have. That's what makes them so easy to control at the end of the day, meaning that Iron Lad Tony Stark might very well have been the Cabal's greatest little soldier. And goddamn if those words don't end up hitting like a frickin' gamma bomb as I record this November 9th, 2024. In the end, Dr. Doom is able to do the impossible math to get the team back from Kunlun. The team returns back to the Triskelion to lick their wounds, this easily having been the greatest defeat that was ever delivered to them. Hell, even She-Hulk got her hand broken by Banner when she returned to the fight. But the real biggest loss of all might very well be Tony himself, as he was crushed inside his own armor like a beer can. And as the comic comes to a close, She-Hulk says that he's dead. And so that was Ultimates issue number 6, everybody, and oh man was this one an emotional ride. I would easily call this one the Empire Strikes Back of the new Ultimate series. It's a really effective twist too, because up until now Tony and his team have actually been doing really good, recruiting friends, striking back against the Maker's cabal. But this issue just smacks you as the reader in the face and reminds you, hey, it's not going to be that easy. They're not just fighting the Maker's cabal, they're fighting literally the makeup of a whole new world. One that has been painstakingly crafted by the Maker to punish the same superheroes that he so detested over in the main 616 universe. This issue also comes packing a fair amount of death in it too, which begs the question, what will the rules on death be in this brand new Ultimate Universe? Remember, in the old Ultimate Universe, they stood very firm when they said that dead meant dead. Well, until they didn't stand firm on it, but they had a couple really good years there. If this really is the end of Tony Stark, I would say that that would probably be the most unexpected twist I've read in a comic this year. And it would set up the Ultimate Universe for a really unpredictable future. But also, like, I like new Ultimate Tony enough, and he has more skin in the game than just about anyone else, considering what the Maker did to his father, that I hope this isn't the end of him. But hey, I guess only time will tell, and we'll have to pick up the next issue. That being said, for delivering probably one of the greatest knockdown, drag-out beatdowns I have read in a comic this year, I would give this one a very well-deserved 9 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.